it was always going to be a bit tough, wasn't it, for Barca? Valencia weren't just going to roll over. In the first half, they had their chances, but in the end, the better team won.
Yeah, and Barcelona had a lot of the possession, as you would expect. And yes, Valencia did press high, did try.
With a win here today. Last season, PSG fell 2-0 here, and it led to a great inquest. The players pushed for a return to the more possession-based football that was played under Unai Emery's predecessor, Laurent Blanc. PSG played Toulouse in week 3 this season. They were 6-2 winners, and this man, Neymar, was making his home debut that day, and he scored a couple of goals. It's Lassana Diarra making his first start for Paris Saint-Germain in the league. He was a starter against Sochaux in the Coupe de France earlier in the week. PSG 4-1 winners there to set up a quarter-final against Olympique de Marseille. There are two Le Classiques in the space of 3 days. We're going to be spoiled at the end of the month. First in the league on February the 25th, and then 3 days later in the Coupe de France. Dani Alves had a couple of minutes in goal against Sochaux after Kevin Trapp was sent off. Trapp suspended, so it's Sébastien Cibois on the bench today for PSG, backing up Alphonse Areola. Here's Presnel Kimpembe. It's a Kimpembe-Marquinhos centre-half partnership with club captain Thiago Silva rested to the bench ahead of Real Madrid. Will Lassana Diarra start against his former club? What a story that would be. Marquinhos. Forward by Isiaga Silla to Yaya Sanogo. Max Gradel closely marked. PSG know they have to watch the Ivorian, who scored a cracker against Nice last week and has netted 5 times in his last 7 league appearances. Angel Di Maria is in sparkling form for PSG. A hat-trick against Sochaux on Tuesday. Di Maria has scored 9 goals in 10 games in 2018 after being a bit part player in the first half of the season. Lo Celso, Unai Emery talking him up in his pre-match press conference, saying he's very satisfied with Lo Celso's displays. He's had a lot of game time. Lo Celso an option to sit in front of the defence at Real Madrid. Lassana Diarra and Thiago Motta the other options. Motta fit again, but hasn't travelled with Paris Saint-Germain. Here's Rabiot, back from a couple of games out with a hip problem. Neymar looking for Angel Di Maria, and it's nodded behind by Gradel, who took no chances. A little grimace from Neymar, who was rested for the trip to Sochaux, a match which came only a couple of days after his lavish 26th birthday party. Well, the last thing Paris Saint-Germain need is for Neymar to pick up an injury here with Real Madrid to come, and he's still on his haunches there. Taken short by Di Maria. Back to Di Maria from Dani Alves. That's a wicked ball, and Alban Lafont uses his fists there as we continue to monitor Neymar's mobility. He must be feeling okay, because he's going to take this corner. Neymar plays it short into Di Maria. Gradel wins it. Then Gradel gives it away to Di Maria in a dangerous position. Di Maria for Neymar. Neymar with the low cross. What a save by Alban Lafont. He didn't know much about it. It was Presnel Kimpembe who should have scored. Well, Alban Lafont was outstanding against Paris Saint-Germain last season when Toulouse kept clean sheets in both league meetings, and that was an outrageous save, although it was hit straight at him by the centre-half, Presnel Kimpembe. Lafont didn't even have to move. Neymar, the creator, and it remains goalless at Le Stadium. Kimpembe, route one. The man who's been in French international squads without making his France debut yet. Steve Yago running it down the line. The Burkina Faso international played at centre-half alongside Kelvin Amiant against Nice last week. Michael Debève was without Issa Diop and Christopher Julien for that game. Cahuzac helps it on to Corentin Jean. Corentin Jean! Well, it would have been sensational had he scored there. The flag goes up anyway. Jean without a goal in 23 games this season for Toulouse in the league. Clearly offside as Yannick Cahuzac helped it on. In fact, it was Blanc with the flick on there. Lo Celso. Amiens showing his versatility. He's played a lot at right back this season. Had a good game at centre-half last week against Nice. Ball has gone out of play. Dani Alves. Already lots of talk about how Dani Alves is going to cope with Cristiano Ronaldo on Wednesday. Dani Alves, a Champions League finalist last year with Juventus. And Juve fell to Ronaldo's Real Madrid in the final. Marquinhos, where's the captain's armband when Thiago Silva's not around? There are some who would like to see Marquinhos wear it all the time, pointing to the fact that Thiago Silva had Paris Saint-Germain defending very deep in the remontada game at the Nou Camp last year. Thiago Silva outstanding this season. Here is Marquinhos, who has certainly grown in stature. He's learnt from his compatriots along the way, the likes of Alex and Thiago Silva and David Luiz. And now the established first choice. Yuri Bershish, one of those who was photographed visibly loving Neymar's birthday party last Sunday. Bershish likely to start again on Wednesday, leaving Kazava out with a thigh problem, which could sideline him again in midweek. Kimpembe, PSG dominating possession. Bershish, Rabiot to Neymar. Good ball by Neymar for Bershish. Lovely football from Paris Saint-Germain. Lo Celso was arriving, and Mbula can knock it long now, looking for Sanogo. Wasn't the best first touch from the former Arsenal man, but now it's Max-Alain Gradel on loan from Bournemouth. That's a decent ball in. Back with Gradel once more. Gradel teasing Dani Alves. Goes the other way. Max-Alain Gradel. Well, Gradel against Dani Alves is going to be one of the keys to this match from a Toulouse perspective. Dani Alves has been hugely influential in the PSG dressing room and has played well, but at times the 34-year-old has struggled against pacey attackers. Diarra for Di Maria. Won by Mbula on loan from Stoke City. Neymar. Neymar trying to use the pace of Kylian Mbappe. Wasn't the Brazilian's best ball. Silla, the Ghanaian international. One of a number of youth products in the Toulouse team. Wasn't a good clearance. Mbappe. Di Maria. Di Maria strikes. And well might he go for goal, given that he's scored 9 times in 10 games in 2018, including a hat-trick against Sochaux earlier in the week. Lafont had that covered. Despite Di Maria's form, as long as Cavani, Neymar and Mbappe are all fit, it would be a major surprise were the MCN not to start at the Bernabeu. Marquinhos. Now the Argentinian international Giovanni Lo Celso, only 21. He's impressed with his calmness as well as the quality of his left foot. That balance right in midfield will be crucial to Paris Saint-Germain's chances against Real Madrid. Dani Alves. Rabiot. Bershish. Low cross, and Lo Celso turns it goalwards. Didn't catch it as powerfully as he would have liked. This is a clear tactic from Paris Saint-Germain. These cutbacks and low crosses. Lo Celso looking to add to his debut Ligue 1 Conforama goal, which he scored against Lille. 3-0 win for PSG last week. Lassana Diarra, so much big match experience. The ex-Chelsea, Arsenal and Real Madrid man, just to name a few of his clubs. Also featured for the likes of Portsmouth and Olympique de Marseille, and latterly at Al Jazeera. Neymar, 18 Ligue 1 goals for him this season. Lovely sunny afternoon in Toulouse. Corentin Jean finding a bit of space, and just for a second there, Toulouse had 2 attackers running towards Kimpembe in Sanogo and Corentin Jean. Had the service been better. Rabiot. Rabiot had 6 months on loan at Toulouse in 2013 as a youngster. Played 13 games, scored 1 Ligue 1 goal for them. Lo Celso. Bershish. Neymar. Sanogo, the centre forward, getting himself in the way. Neymar. Clever ball up to Rabiot. The attempted flick from Di Maria. Despite Toulouse packing their defence, Paris Saint-Germain have already carved out 3 or 4 half-decent openings and 1 glorious chance for Presnel Kimpembe in the 5th minute. Here's Gradel. He'll fancy a foot race against Dani Alves. And he's past Dani Alves with ease. Max Gradel with the cross looking for Sanogo. Good save by Areola. Well, Gradel flying away from Dani Alves. That will give Paris Saint-Germain fans cause for concern ahead of Dani Alves facing Cristiano Ronaldo. Dani Alves might need some help against Gradel. Mikel de Bever's switched to this 4-3-3 system, which is better suited to the qualities of Gradel and Corentin Jean and Firmin Mubele, who's got pace, who's been brought in from Rennes on loan with an option to buy. Mbappe. It's been quiet so far. Lo Celso. Mbappe went in person to the LFP's disciplinary commission on Thursday. 2-match ban for him, the second that he needs to serve against Strasbourg next week. Dani Alves was never close to stopping Gradel there, and Sanogo was brave to get to the header. Sanogo, 1 League and Conforama goal since joining as a free agent. That was the winner against Troyes. The once great hope of French football, Sanogo, now 25 years old and trying to relaunch his career in the southwest of France. Thomas Meunier there. If we're honing in on him, it's because our match director is trying to provoke a conversation about whether the Belgian, who always plays well, should be a starter ahead of Dani Alves. Dani Alves has a different status. Blanc. Nearly 75% possession for Paris Saint-Germain. He scored 75 Ligue 1 goals after only 24 games. Only RC Paris have ever scored more at this stage of the competition. That was 79 in 59-60. PSG have scored in each of their last 17 league games. Neymar likes to prompt from those deeper positions. Mbappe. Mbappe tries to flick it past Diop, who stuck to his guns. Neymar sliding the ball into the elusive Mbappe, who loves the inside left position. Scored so many of his Monaco goals from that position. Neymar, the left-sided attacker, since Mbappe has joined Paris Saint-Germain, he's been largely operating on the right, with an occasional run-out like today at centre-forward when Edinson Cavani's not around. Di Maria into Bershish, and now back with Neymar. Kozak. It's Bastien kicking it straight into touch. And Neymar with the quick throw for Di Maria. He put his back into that, did Neymar. Mbappe for Neymar. Wondered if he might have been able to shoot there. Bershish. Toulouse with everyone back behind the ball. Di Maria slips, and here's Sanogo. No Toulouse player in front of him. Sanogo did well to earn the free kick off Lassana Diarra, who's now 32 years old. As Diarra got the fitness to back up starting against Sochaux and starting here, by starting again at Real Madrid, he's certainly a competitor. He's been written off more than once in his career, but he's got this chance with Paris Saint-Germain. Made a lot of sense bringing him in, a player of his experience and quality, eligible for the Champions League with no transfer fee involved. Yago for Blanc. Incidentally, neither of the Toulouse scorers against Paris Saint-Germain, the 2-0 win here last season, are starting today. Bodiger, who scored a penalty, isn't even in the matchday squad. Dermaz is on the bench, the Swedish international. Blanc dispossessed by Rabiot. Lo Celso. Di Maria. Dani Alves has overhit that ball intended for Mbappe. When he plays centre forward, Mbappe often has very few touches, and that frustration got the better of him against Rennes in the semi-finals of the Coupe de la Ligue. He kicked Ismaïla Sarr, was sent off, and it's for that he's got a 2-game ban. He's only had 4 touches so far. Gradel popping up on the right. Kimpembe over to meet him. Blanc for Mbula. Cahuzac. Gradel. Blanc has been fouled there by Rabiot. Yellow for Rabiot. He's making his comeback today after a couple of games out with an injured hip. Rabiot, another who can play defensive midfield, though it's far from his preferred position, shall we say. Slightly switched off there, allowing Blanc to get in front of him, and this is a dangerous set piece for Toulouse. And a rare possession for them inside the final third. The left-footed Janelli Mbula and the right-footed Max-Alain Gradel. It is Gradel, stands it up, looked like a foul to me, and indeed it was. Yaya Sanogo. They're lacking the height of the suspended centre-half Christopher Julien at these set pieces today. Sanogo is a very tall man. Diarra. To agree with Unai Emery that Paris Saint-Germain are better equipped for Europe this season than they were last year when they went out to Barcelona in the round of 16. Despite a thumping first leg win on Valentine's Day at the Parc des Princes. They're playing on Valentine's Day again in the first leg, but it's away this year at Real Madrid. Obviously having Neymar and Kylian Mbappe into the squad has made the attack a lot stronger. A foul by Mbula on Giovanni Lo Celso. A warning for Mbula. He hasn't quite had the impacts that Toulouse were hoping for. He is their top earner on loan from Stoke City. Taking a while for Rabiot to rediscover his match sharpness after a couple of games out. Sanogo's flick on. Gradel through the legs of Kimpembe. Gradel and Corentin-Jean swapping sides for now. Diarra. Di Maria. Neymar. No lingering effects from that slight tweak that he felt inside the first few minutes. Has missed a few games since his arrival with little niggles. Neymar. Cut out by Kozak. Dani Alves. Diarra taking up a good position. Mbappe touches it off. It was intended for Neymar. Toulouse on the counter through Yago. Has to wait for the support in the form of Gradel. Neymar. Well, now they've got a chance to really run at Toulouse. It's Neymar. Mbappe had moved to the left. Neymar played it to the young French international's right. Tough task for Sanogo today. He was appealing for handball. Frequently be isolated up front. His hold-up play has been pretty good so far. Delors, the signing from Tigres, is on the bench after missing the Nice game through injury. Imbula gives it away. That was careless. Neymar, look at the ground that Di Maria has made. But the return pass was not a good one from Neymar. Corentin-Jean making a burst. Bouquet is today's referee. Play to restart with a Toulouse free kick taken down the line by Yago for Gradel. Gradel's low ball. Surprised to see him switch out to the right, having just tormented Dani Alves. Corentin-Jean doesn't have the express pace that Gradel has. Here's a man with express pace. It's Mbappe. Neymar's gone down. It's Mbappe carrying on, and that's another good stop by Albon Lafont. Tipping it round. But for Lafont, Mbappe would have moved into double figures for goals this Ligue 1 Conforama season. An accurate left foot shot after cutting inside Isiaga Silla. Is Lafont going to have another miracle game? Di Maria. Well, that was a misunderstanding. Crowd feeling that Gradel deserved a free kick for that. You can see that this pitch is cutting up a bit. Tough weather conditions for groundsmen to contend with in France ever since the start of 2018. So much rain and snow. Mbappe. Mbappe thought he was fouled there. There was an outstretched arm from Silla which appeared to connect with the youngster's face. Rabiot. Gildebev has Toulouse well organised here, but Paris Saint-Germain have had chances. They are yet to make the breakthrough at the stadium. Neymar. Gradel loses it to Di Maria. Lo Celso. Celso was hurried. Desperate to play against his former club Real Madrid. He's certainly done everything he can to try to persuade Unai Emery with his form. Statistically, it is by far the best spell of the Argentinian's PSG career. 9 goals in 10 games in all competitions in 2018. Diarra. Blanc. Now Jean. Jean takes on Alves, gets the cross in. Too close to Areola. Jean having to cross early there. Gradel would have been able to knock it past the veteran Brazilian and drive towards the penalty area. Jean's career hasn't quite kicked on the way I thought it would when he starred as a teenager for Troyes. The move to Monaco didn't work out. Rabiot. Di Maria goes to the outside. Good play from Angel Di Maria. Confident goalkeeping again from the 19-year-old Albon Lafont, who became the top flight's youngest ever keeper when he made his debut at the age of 16 against Nice in 2015. Diarra, he's had a steady game. Di Maria. It's a Paris Saint-Germain free kick, and that spells danger with Neymar in outstanding form from direct free kicks. Already 3 goals for Neymar in Ligue 1 Conforama from free kicks out of his 18. Neymar and Nabil Fekir of Lyon having their own little private competition as to who's going to score the most direct free kicks this season. Two-man wall up against Neymar. Neymar. Conviction. Not really a shot, he was playing it into an area. Any team would miss a striker of Edinson Cavani's calibre. And I do feel that PSG would already be in front if the Uruguayan El Matador had been on the pitch today. 21 goals this season for Cavani in the league alone. Cavani, the most used outfield player in 1900 minutes. He did take a full part in the behind closed doors training session yesterday. He has got a slight hip problem and he's being rested for Real Madrid. Kelvin Amiens just turned 20. Mikel de Bev wanting a result against PSG as a belated birthday present for Amiens. De Bev saying that Toulouse will not be wishing Neymar happy birthday. mentioned Toulouse's 2-0 win here last season over PSG. That their only success in 16 top-flight meetings against Paris Saint-Germain. Rabiot. Berchish's cross, and it's going to be a corner. Brief appeals for handball from Yuri Berchish. A remarkably harsh award. Neymar. Back in from Alves. Rabiot to Dani Alves. Alves sent off against Lyon. And got up in Clément Turpin's face. Dani Alves will know that if he's yellow carded today, he'll miss Le Classique at the Parc des Princes against Olympique de Marseille through suspension. Great competitor, Dani Alves. What a will to win. Champions League winner in his time with Barcelona. Neymar, drop of the shoulder from the Brazilian. He can beat them all. Remember that goal against Dijon in the 8-0 hammering. Dani Alves. Look for Di Maria. Cahuzac got a boot in. Lo Celso. Toulouse sitting very deep now. Should really say Toulouse sitting even deeper, right into their own penalty box. Lo Celso. Neymar, the first time ball, he had time to control it. A little bit of frustration from Neymar and Paris Saint-Germain. A few misplaced passes, especially in the final third. Quite for Di Maria. The crossfield ball, the glory ball. It is Alban Lafont who has kept it goalless so far with his point-blank save from Presnel Kimpembe. And then the fine tip around from Kylian Mbappe just before the half hour. Toulouse 0, Paris Saint-Germain 0. The match Mikel Deberve, the Toulouse coach, describes as a bit like their Champions League game. Iago looking for the run of Gradel. Diarra takes it under pressure, finds Areola. PSG playing it out from the back, confident in their ability, as they should be. Lo Celso. Lo Celso's lost it. Ginelli Mbula to Sanogo. Now Mbula again. Silla. Gradel. Marquinhos' header will fall for Blanc on the volley. Nearly turned into a pass for Sanogo. Now Rabiot could bring it away. A nutmeg pass through Mbula's legs for Lo Celso. Dani Alves. Di Maria. Mbappe needs someone to make a run into the box. Rabiot's checked his run. Mbappe beats his man. Oh, and that was a vital block, preventing the ball reaching Neymar. It was Amiens. Mbappe can beat you in the blink of an eye. Neymar for Berchish. Good low ball. Celso couldn't quite get there. I don't think he would have done anyway, even without that slip. And now Silla carries it up towards halfway. The tug of the shirt there by Gradel, but not spotted by Rudy Bouquet. 3 yellow shirts crowding around Gradel. Message seeming clear there. Paris Saint-Germain's view, stop Gradel, and you stop Toulouse. Neymar, not his most effective game. That's a good ball, though. Miscontrolled by his fellow Brazilian Dani Alves, who tries the flick to Di Maria. Rabiot. Neymar. Already more than 50 touches for Neymar. We're not even up to half-time. Mbappe. Oh, how's that stayed out? Neymar had to score. It was a nonchalant finish. The yellow shirts flooding forward. Mbappe with too much pace. Oh, what a save by Alban Lafont. Instinctive from the keeper. The side-footed shot by Neymar. It looked like Lafont was going the wrong way. It is the Lafont show once more in a Toulouse Paris Saint-Germain game. Concern for Kylian Mbappe here. Dr. Eric Roland onto the pitch. Oh, that was nasty. That was over the top from Corentin Jean. Mbappe, who just set up this chance for Neymar. There's always a bit of good fortune about those instinctive stops. It's outstanding keeping. Mbappe angry when he felt he wasn't protected in the match against Lyon when Anthony Lopez got nothing. That could have been red for Corentin Jean. Just as bad as what Mbappe did to Ismail Assar of Rennes, in my view. Fortunately, it looks like Mbappe's okay. On loan from Monaco with an obligatory option to buy in a deal that could rise to 180 million euros. The world's most expensive player, 222 million euros. Neymar. He was afforded space. His shot charged down by Gradel. Diarra under pressure. Diarra fouled by Gradel, and he might follow Corentin Jean into the book here. An interesting spell for Gradel. Scored lots of goals, but did get sent off against Montpellier in week 22. Mbappe can beat you in a flash, can go either way. So difficult to defend against, as Issa Diop found there. Who's in a triangle in terms of his senior international future. He'd quite like to play for France, but he's also eligible for Senegal and Morocco. Hervé Renard was interested in getting Diop on board ahead of the World Cup, but it looks like he's not going to make a decision until after the end of the season. Rabiot. Neymar was caught late. He needs an option. Dani Alves. Miscue by Amiens. Now Lafont. The game's outstanding figure. Diarra. Four attempts on target from Paris Saint-Germain. Already three brilliant Alban Lafont saves. Diarra. Mbappe. Neymar hits it first time, just over the bar. Neymar threatening more and more as this half wears on. Teed up by a nice bit of skill from Kylian Mbappe. One would not come down in time for Neymar. He believed in it. Lafont was well positioned in any case. Diarra. Lo Celso. Free kick signalled by the referee's assistant. Janelli Imbula, the culprit. Di Maria to take. Just over a minute left in the first half. Di Maria. Oh, might have been able to catch that one. Elected to punch. Neymar. Man over is Di Maria. Playing it off Gradel for the corner. Di Maria with the in-swinger, goes for goal! Oh, has that hit the bar? Lafont was beaten. Bershish. Back out to Neymar. Well, a flurry of chances for Paris Saint-Germain late in the first half. That's the entire Toulouse front three into the book now. Sanogo following Rodel and Jean. Single minute added on. Two fouls there from Sanogo and Neymar. Di Maria, and it did hit the crossbar. It was outrageous from Angel Di Maria. Did Lafont get the faintest of touches? Mbappe didn't. Toulouse fortunate to be level at the break. Paris Saint-Germain have not been at their best, but they have had plenty of chances. Dani Alves. That's a waste. Mikel de Bev will be more than happy with 0-0 at half-time. We can be thankful to Albon Lafont and to Le Stadium's crossbar for repelling Angel Di Maria's corner. Lafont with outstanding stops from Kimpembe, Mbappe and Neymar. And then Di Maria hitting the crossbar on the stroke of half-time from a corner. Toulouse 0, Paris Saint-Germain 0. Not a performance that would have Real Madrid quaking, but PSG should be in front.
Très bien.
They're defending well.
Ils nous laissent très peu d'espace.
They're not allowing as much space as Marquinhos.
Il faut tourner le ballon d'un côté à l'autre, profiter les espaces.
We need to try and get some
les ballons
space.
par le côté parce que par le milieu ils ont beaucoup
space
d'agressivité.
wide. Going down the middle is
On va
hard.
rester concentré pour ne pas prendre de but et marquer.
Remain focused so that we don't concede.
Commencer le score.
Est-ce qu'inconsciemment Paris pense déjà au Real?
Non, non. Je pense que c'est un match important.
This is an important game.
We all
want to play this game. We have objectives against Real, but objectives in Ligue 1 too. They're not going to give it to us as a present. We really need to try and get the win here because it's important.
Max Alain, il était temps que la première période se termine.
Let's hear from Max Gradel. We suffered there in the last few minutes of the half. The most important thing is that we stay in this game as long as possible.
On a le sentiment que sur les contres, parfois, est-ce que vous sentez que du côté d'Alves, par exemple, il y a un coup à jouer aujourd'hui?
Yeah, both sides. I think we can do something by playing the ball wide and using our counter-attacking possibilities well.
Alves, défensivement, il est prenable aujourd'hui? De votre côté, vous l'avez pris de vitesse plusieurs fois.
Oui, bon, moi, je pense pas comme ça. Je sais que voilà, c'est un très bon joueur.
I know that Dani Alves is a very good player.
C'est un bon défenseur. Moi aussi, je suis un bon joueur.
He's a top defender. I'm a good player too.
Donc c'est un plaisir. Je prends du plaisir. Je me régale.
I'm enjoying myself playing there. 0-0 at the break. Paris Saint-Germain with 4 attempts on target to the Yaya Sanogo header for Toulouse in the 14th minute. We should be able to bring you some first half highlights before we nip off for a cup of tea. Here we go. Neymar took it short. Gradel gave it away. And PSG were in. Neymar setting up Presnel Kimpembe. I didn't know much about that as it struck his chest. That was in the 5th minute. This was Toulouse's best moment going forward. Gradel skinning Dani Alves, no other word for it. Sanogo with a bit of movement, got to the ball in front of Kimpembe and headed it goalwards. And he was vigilant, was Alphonse Areola. Another Gradel low ball in. Lo Celso, a bit of skill. Was helped on to Dani Alves, and then Kylian Mbappe. This was one end of the pitch to the other, cut inside his man, angled the left foot shot towards the corner. Lovely attempt and an equally good save. Neymar had a lot of touches without being that influential until late in the half. Miraculous stop there by Lafont, instinctive, as Neymar side-footed one from Mbappe's cross. Such an understanding, those two, Mbappe and Neymar. And then on the stroke of half-time, Di Maria nearly scoring direct from a corner. It hit the crossbar. Toulouse survived, and it is Toulouse 0, Paris Saint-Germain 0 at half-time. Do join us for the second half from Le Stadium.
Pedro, ce gardien, la feinte, ouais, pas mal. Bien joué ça. Riyad qui s'élance. Allez Riyad. 3-1 pour le moment, peut-être revenir au score. Non, ce ne sera pas suffisant. 3-1 et c'est Théo qui s'élance. Allez Théo. Théo, ça passe. Théo, Gabriel qui s'élance. Allez Gabriel. Le coup de l'ange, Gabriel. Et piqué. Oh, joli. Joli, joli. 4-2 et c'est Léo qui s'élance. Allez. Un hurlement peut-être pour Léo après avoir scoré. Et non, ça passe à côté. Silvio qui s'élance. Allez, Silvio. Ouais. Allez, Silvio face au gardien, 4 à 2. Le score ne change pas pour le moment. Imed qui s'élance. Allez, Imed. Imed face au gardien. Il est parti sur la gauche avec le pied droit pour Imed sans doute. Ouais, alors. Adam. Allez, Adam. À toi de jouer, Adam. Le premier des hommes. L'un des derniers tireurs. Adam face au gardien. Ouais, non, c'est pas assez Adam. Hein. Faut muscler son jeu à deux. Si tu muscles pas ton jeu, Adam. Romain. Allez, Romain. Allez, Romain. Peut-être pour marquer. Ah non, ouais, c'est pas suffisant pour Romain non plus. Émile. Allez, Émile. Émile. Sans image, mais avec le ballon pour Émile. Calage, ouais, ça passe, bien joué. 4 à 3, et notre dernier tireur, c'est Saïd. Chaïb. Soïb. Voilà, je l'ai bien dit. Allez, Soïb. Allez, Soïb. Soïb, soit bon. Et non, ce ne sera pas suffisant. Il nous reste Mohamed en tirant. Alors, pas tout à fait fini. Allez, allez, Momo. Momo, évidemment, pour les intimes. Mohamed se présente en ouais, facile, ouais, bien joué, efficace, hein, la petite femme qui va très très bien. Égalité entre les deux équipes avant les derniers tireurs, ça va se jouer sur les deux derniers tireurs, et c'est Lucas qui se présente pour les gagner son équipe. Lucas. Égalité, et le dernier qui porte les espoirs des Blancs de Pouvourville, c'est Nicolas. Allez Nicolas. Allez Nico. Nicolas pour Pouvourville pour peut-être la victoire. Le stade qui tremble pour Nicolas. Victoire de Pouvourville en blanc. Bravo à vous les garçons. Applaudissements s'il vous plaît pour les Blancs et pour les Noirs de Muret et de Pouvourville qui nous ont accompagnés pendant cette mi-temps au Orange Football Challenge. danser pour encourager notre TPC. Allez, regardez sur les écrans, si vous êtes là, ça vous appartient, à vous de jouer.
Welcome back to our coverage of Toulouse against the Ligue 1 Conforama leaders, Paris Saint-Germain. 0-0 at half-time. Alban Lafont with an outstanding game in goal for Toulouse, repelling Kimpembe, Mbappe and Neymar, while Di Maria hit the crossbar direct from a corner just before half-time. This PSG's final league fixture before going to Real Madrid in the first leg of the Champions League round of 16. Questions about team selection are still
Click the
there
button to
be
download
asked.
and get started.
Defensive midfield about whether Dani Alves should be starting ahead of Thomas Meunier at right back. Neymar really improved as the half wore on, got more and more dangerous. He's been dropping deep to get on the ball, trying to break down these massed ranks of Toulouse defenders.
Click the button to download
Toulouse
and get
happy
started.
to still be in it at the break. All of Paris Saint-Germain's dominance in the French top flight this season, it is worth remembering that they have lost 2 of their last 5 away games, beaten at Strasbourg on the 2nd of December and at Lyon on January the 21st. Paris Saint-Germain seeking to reclaim the Ligue 1 Conforama title, having been pipped to the crown by Leonardo Jardim's Monaco last season. An opportunity to go 13 points clear at the top. If it stays 0-0, then there'll be 11 clear of Marseille, who are second. Monaco, the champions, in action tonight. They play Angers. For Toulouse, well, their optimistic signs have Gradel having the beating of Dani Alves, and the outstanding 19-year-old goalkeeper Alban Lafont will need to keep that form going throughout the second half. Toulouse 0, PSG 0. Toulouse's last 2 league games have resulted in 1-0 victories. Alban Lafont has kept 9 clean sheets this season. Areola has got 15, the PSG keeper, in all competitions. Here's Lassana Diarra. Diarra's not really been tested in that defensive midfield role, given the way that Toulouse have been playing, but his positional sense has been good. He's looked fit enough. This is his first league start for his new club. Kimpembe is controlled by Mbappe. Corentin Jean. All of the Toulouse front 3 on yellow. play will restart. Gradel will return possession to Paris Saint-Germain. PSG 62 points from 24 games. Second highest total in Ligue 1 history, behind themselves in 2015-2016. Diarra. Only done by Lo Celso as Mbula was pressing. Kimpembe. Yeah, Unai Emery more and more on the effects microphone pitch side. He certainly wants the 3 points today. All of the talk out of the club has been, yes, of course, we're all looking forward to Real Madrid. Who wouldn't? But we are taking each game as it comes, and we know that we need the points in the league. Neymar. Adrien Rabiot. Mbappe can't control. Rabiot trying to accelerate play. Not his most influential first half. Rabiot was cautioned for a foul on Blanc as well. Thinking for Unai Emery to do between now and Wednesday. Lo Celso. Neymar. Neymar's route to going forwards blocked off by Yago, who has followed him all the way across before fouling the Brazilian, and it's taken quickly by Paris Saint-Germain. Lo Celso. Kimpembe. Similar pattern to the first half, with Paris Saint-Germain having all the ball. Toulouse soaking up the pressure. Kozak needs to shift it quicker. The 33-year-old former Bastia captain. Di Maria. Di Maria to the outside. Oh, he tried the Rabona cross. Extravagant South American skills from the in-form Angel Di Maria. Well, he hit the corner direct, hit the crossbar direct from a corner just before half-time from this side. This one he takes short for Neymar. And now Dani Alves. Di Maria once more. Good-looking cross. And it was well won in the air. Marquinhos wearing the captain's armband it was who nodded it across. Beshish. Toulouse are not making life easy for Paris Saint-Germain here. Toulouse have a run of taking on the big clubs at home. Mbappe. Toulouse's next home game against Monaco, the champions, and the one after that is against Marseille. Really tough fixture list. Capdebev's first game in charge was a Coupe de France exit against Bourg-en-Bresse, but subsequent to that, back-to-back Ligue 1 wins. He has had the impact that was required from the Toulouse board when they decided that he would step up to replace Pascal Duprat. I wonder if we'll see Andy Delors or Firmin Mubele in the second half for Toulouse. Sanogo often isolated. He has put himself about. prodigy at Auxerre. He went to Arsenal where it didn't work out for him. Injuries did play a part in that too. Rabiot. Mbappe likes that position, but Diop did well there, the 21-year-old. Diop returning from suspension. Mbappe. Space is at a premium for the PSG attackers. Neymar. Janelli Mbula, the ex-Marseille man, dispossessed by Lo Celso, an important interception. Neymar, Di Maria can't turn it in. That was agonising for the visitors. It all stemmed from Toulouse losing the ball deep in their own territory. The ball won by Lo Celso, played by Mbappe to Neymar, who got it well onto his left foot. And Di Maria just centimetres away from opening the scoring. Clever ball across by Neymar. The shot wasn't really on. Silla hoists one. Mbula caught late by Diarra. It's going to be a first booking for Diarra, and it is. Well, that will go into the assessment of the game. He was late. Some will see that as a sign of a lack of match sharpness, having been used sparingly at Al Jazeera in 2017. And they afford to have Lassana Diarra playing like that at Real Madrid, the Champions League holders, albeit a Real Madrid who are not in good form in La Liga. Zinedine Zidane, their coach, a man under pressure. Gradel stands it up. They have extra men here. Oh, if Bland's ball had found Sanogo, he'd have had a one-on-one. Clever movement from Toulouse, and they weren't picked up from the set piece by the PSG defenders. That's a great ball. Well intercepted by Kelvin Amiens. Clipped over the top, intended for Sanogo, cut out by Marquinhos. Diarra, that looked like it hit Mbula's hand, and indeed it did. PSG have not played as if they've had half an eye on Real Madrid. But Toulouse are proving obdurate opposition. Diarra. Neymar. The trick didn't come off for the Brazilian. Gradel. Sanogo isolated again. Mikel Debed delighted for Sanogo when he scored the winner against Troyes. That was very good defending from Amiens. The cries of Toulousain ring out around the stadium. Pascal Duprat often said that his team needed more support. No foul by Jean on Dani Alves. Corentin Jean into the box. Corentin Jean. Oh, it's over Gradel's head. Needed some composure there from Corentin Jean. Toulouse's best attacking situation of the second period. Now at the other end, they're a bit stretched. But Bashish won't win this race with Yago. Shake of the head from Dani Alves, as Rudy Bouquet didn't give him the foul there. There were options for Germain, including Mbula at the edge of the box. The longer it stays goalless, the more Toulouse might think they can perform a hold-up, as it's known in French football, when you've been outplayed on the balance of chances and you still end up taking the 3 points. Neymar, lovely from Neymar. Lo Celso, Neymar's down. And Rudy Bouquet is reaching for his pocket. It's another yellow. Yannick Cahuzac, who's no stranger to having his name taken. Cahuzac indeed was a bit worried when he moved to Toulouse because he'd been sent off inside this ground playing for Bastia in both 2016 and 2017 and had a few run-ins with Toulouse players. It wasn't actually Cahuzac's foul, it was Steve Yago, who's now going to have a long half hour. A bit deceived by our cameraman focusing in on Yannick Cahuzac, apologies for that. Three goals direct from free kicks in the league already this season from Neymar. This one ideally positioned for him, 26 metres from goal. Neymar against Lafont. Watch for Lafont's positioning. Lots in the wall, almost the entire Toulouse team. That's what it's like to face a Neymar free kick. It's Neymar, and that's almost brilliant. Just slightly too much curl. Lafont was casual. He thought he had his angles worked out. It would have been tight. Lassana Diarra's work is done after an hour. Is that a sign that he's going to start in Madrid? Or is it a sign that Unai Emery needs to look at something else and he feels that Diarra is getting tired after playing against Sochaux on Tuesday and then starting again here and collecting a yellow card? Verratti on. Verratti, the Italian, who was sent off against Toulouse in the 6-2 win in week 3 at the Parc des Princes. Bashish. Still more than 70% possession for PSG. Rabiot, good first touch. Adrien Rabiot for Mbappe. Wonderful control from Kylian Mbappe, but the flag was raised. Well offside there. Teenager. Dani Alves. First touch for Verratti. It's the third slot in the midfield that is the one that is the subject of contention. Verratti and Rabiot. Guaranteed starters as long as they're fit. Neymar. Verratti applauds the pass. Rare to see him break that far forward. That was a good throw out by Lafont for Silla. He's got Toulouse immediately on the front foot. Silla combining with Gradel. Play continues with Gradel. Awkward looking, but legitimate challenge from Lo Celso, and now Paris Saint-Germain have the ball back. Verratti. There was so much Paris Saint-Germain pressure going into half-time, and chances too. Limited opportunities since the break. The Neymar cross shot and the Neymar free kick. All PSG have produced. And they do something here with Mbappe. Mbappe settling for the corner. Di Maria needs someone to be authoritative at the back for Toulouse now, as Neymar drops the shoulder, takes on Cahuzac. Neymar still going. He run it out of play. Sometimes does try to do it all on his own. Something that Unai Emery talks to him about. Emery gave an extensive interview with a Spanish newspaper talking about how he handles Neymar. He says that sometimes the coaching staff say, calm down, Neymar. But Emery acknowledging that when the team needs to accelerate or score, that Neymar sometimes tries to do it himself because he has that ability. But Emery going on to say that Neymar is not a free spirit in the team. In a magazine interview published today, did say that Neymar gets exemptions, which is normal in his status within the squad. Toulouse showing great heart again as they try to avoid relegation. A miraculous recovery a couple of seasons ago under Pascal Duprat. Down and out, but managed to save themselves. That was the Toulouse remontada. And in 2016, he was only appointed in March. In the short term, it worked wondrously. Neymar. Lo Celso. PSG looking for a bit more coherence in terms of their attack here. They need to send for an attacking option from the bench. They have Julian Draxler. Neymar. There's Iago. Now Bland to Cahuzac. Kimpembe was terrific against Barcelona in the first leg last year. Didn't play in the second leg. Toulouse will feel that they've taken some of the sting out of this game. Paris Saint-Germain show their class in the final quarter. It's lost by Rabiot. Sanogo. Gradel. Cut inside and scored a great goal against Nice last weekend. Gradel wanted to shoot. Rabiot did well to block off the angle. Now it's Lo Celso. Di Maria. Crossfield from Di Maria for Neymar. Pinpoint. Neymar teasing Iago. Neymar going the other way. Neymar takes a deflection and it's in. There's a bit of luck about the goal, but Neymar has his 19th of the season. He has been trying to do it on his own, and he has made it work for the Ligue 1 Conforama leaders. Albon Lafont beaten at last. It stemmed from an exceptional Di Maria crossfield ball, but there was still plenty for the Brazilian to do. end-to-end football at Le Stadium. And it is the quality of PSG that has ended up making the difference. Neymar bamboozling Steve Yago. And then the deflected shot ending up in the back of Toulouse's net. It was off the Toulouse captain, Issa Diop. Unlike Alban Lafont, Diop is unfortunate there. At the end of a week which saw him celebrate his 26th birthday, Neymar has his 19th league goal of the season. Paris Saint-Germain have won every game in which they've opened the scoring in Ligue 1 this season. 19 out of 19 prior to today. Kimpembe. Neymar admits that things have gone better than he expected they would in the French capital. Statistically, it's been remarkable from him as the players held up for another Rudy Bouquet decision. Louis Berchiche, the man down. She's turned down overtures from Algeria to represent them in international football. It was Yago with the challenge. And Yago, he's got to be very, very careful after his yellow just before the hour. That wasn't a challenge worthy of a second yellow, mind. Neymar. Mbappe. Di Maria attempting to pick out Neymar again. Lo Celso certainly has the technical ability to find the target from there. He did slip as he shot. Emery would love a second goal so that he can think about withdrawing some of his star names, the likes of Neymar and Mbappe. Standing foot gave way. Well, the changes are going to happen now. It's Draxler and Pastore coming on. Angel Di Maria going off. Draxler largely converted into a midfielder in the 4-3-3 by Unai Emery this season. He did flounder at Bayern Munich in the last group stage game. Rabiot carrying on his, well, it's his first game back after a couple out with a hip problem. He's replaced by Pastore. It does mean Neymar and Mbappe will stay out there until the end. Just to prove what I'd said a minute ago, completely wrong, that Emery might want to take them off. Lo Celso. There's Silla. Dani Alves reaches it first, and now Verratti. Smart turn. Lo Celso now sitting in front of the defence. Different position since the Sana Diarra was substituted. Well won by Blanc, and he wants a free kick for the Neymar challenge, and he does get it eventually. Well, a 21-year-old youth product who's played for France's under-21s. Toulouse have scored once, and once only, in each of their last 4 league games. Gradel. Zariola asking if he can pick it up. It wasn't an intentional back pass from Marquinhos to him. Neymar with the acceleration. Draxler. Pastore. Pastore might leave in January, particularly after his late return from his winter holiday. There was interest from Inter Milan, but in a loan deal initially. Neymar. Verratti. Bershish. Back to Verratti again. Stands it up for Pastore. Now a Toulouse change. Corentin Jean off. He's worked hard. And it's Firmin Mubele coming on, the scorer of 5 Ligue 1 goals for Rennes prior to his January move to Toulouse, initially on loan with an option to buy. Michael Debev describes Mubele as having pace and percussion, and saying that Mubele, the Democratic Republic of Congo international, was always Toulouse's target as they wanted to sign up an extra attacker. Mubele often used as a centre forward by Rennes, who are short in that position. He is better, I think, as a wide attacker, as he is now. Come on the right-hand side with Sanogo still at centre forward and Gradel on the left. Toulouse's problem, though, has been having any of the ball. Gradel. Sanogo looked like handball. Again, maybe 2 fouls there, and now John Kimpembe and then handling it. Draxler. Verratti. Well, it's not going to be a 6-2 like it was in week 3 at the Parc des Princes, but the essential thing for PSG was to come here and get the 3 points and go 13 clear provisionally at the top. Sanogo. And to fight for it back to goal, only about 40 metres from his own goal, which sums up the positioning of the 2 teams throughout this match. Dani Alves. Pastore gives it away. A loose pass from the Argentinian. Doesn't appear to be in Sampaoli's plans for Argentina for the World Cup. Sampaoli has been touring Europe, chatting to players liable to be selected for the Russian World Cup. He spoke to Di Maria, he spoke to Lo Celso, but didn't speak to Pastore, according to reports. So for Yaya Sanogo, and here comes Andy Delors. Delors fit again, having missed the Nice game. He's a powerful forward. Decent transfer fee they paid for Delors too, in from Tigres, about €6 million. Scored 4 times this season, Andy Delors. Dani Alves. Forcing Bershish to retreat. Bershish, the €16 million signing from Real Sociedad. Dani Alves. Space for Verratti. Draxler for Neymar. We'll fancy another goal. Neymar. Oh, he's hit the post. Scored a double against Toulouse earlier in the season. Nearly adding a second there. PSG will want a second goal to make the point safe. It's Dani Alves. Bashish. Neymar again. As well as his 2 goals in the 6-2, he added 2 assists. Great ball by Verratti. Kylian Mbappe offside again. It's about the 3rd or 4th time that Mbappe has fallen foul of the assistant referee's flag. Playing on the shoulder of the last defender, and that time it was so close. That's the closest of the lot. Neymar. That was a fine finish. Picked his spot. Bounced over Lafont. Kozak having to hurry. Lo Celso. Neymar. Neymar shoots again. Oh, that's outstanding. Well, denied by the post a minute ago. It's now the crossbar's turn. Oh, in a blink of an eye, Neymar can do things beyond the reach of even anyone else in this highly talented Paris Saint-Germain squad. That close to his 20th Ligue 1 Conforama goal. Will he pip Edinson Cavani to be the top scorer in the division? It's a legitimate question. The gap down to 2 goals now. It stays 1-0 though. Toulouse still have hope. Golf in terms of the pass completion rate. Mbappe drags it. A slip in midfield, and here's Yago for Toulouse. Well read by Kimpembe, the begloved centre half. Bashish. Here's the begloved Neymar. Cheeky from him. But now it's Diop with the ball for Toulouse. Andy Delors offside. Simple decision for the assistant. Angel Di Maria it was with the crossfield ball for Neymar's goal. Di Maria on form, deserves to start at Real Madrid, but will he? Probably not. Still likely to be Neymar on the left, Cavani in the middle, and Mbappe on the right. Neymar for Pastore, glorious pass. Javier Pastore. Trying to walk it in, Paris Saint-Germain. Mbappe was completely free and furious with his Argentinian teammate Pastore that the pass didn't come. Emery knows it should be 2 or 3 now. And then they could really start thinking about Real. Di Maria did play in midfield in his time at Real. Can't see him being used in that position by Emery. It's Bashish, deflected, corner. Neymar, Mbappe, Dani Alves, Lo Celso, Neymar, tricks inside the box from Neymar, tried too much in the end. Mubele. Blasted back Ariola's way. Bashish. Even without Kurzawa injured, many feel that Bashish should be the first choice left back. Kurzawa's game rather summed up by the game against Lyon in that defeat. Wonderful in attack, but he did give the ball away, leading to Memphis Depay's stunning late winner. Kimpembe, that wasn't where he intended to direct it. It's fallen for Andy Delors. Delors wanting a free kick, an awkward hook over his shoulder. It wasn't going to reach Gradel. Verratti. Lo Celso under pressure from Mbula. Toulouse having to press more now. PSG will enjoy the space. Lo Celso is fouled. Dani Alves. Marquinhos. Great ball by Kimpembe. Neymar. Mbappe to his left. Good battling from Yannick Kozak. Kozak hasn't had the first team minutes he would have liked after joining from Bastia. It's only Kozak's 9th start. It's a PSG free kick. Not a game that Mikel de Bev would have earmarked for points. Every match is important for Toulouse, given how tight it is at the bottom of the table. Next there are Amiens, who are fellow strugglers. Pastore. Rising the volume level again as Toulouse peg Paris Saint-Germain back. Those Neymar efforts gone in, one hitting the post, one hitting the bar, it would have been all over. Lafont. Good distribution. Finding Silla, but just have been over the line. More use of the hand. Neymar round the corner for Pastore. That's definitely over the line. We couldn't say that the selection issues for Unai Emery for Wednesday have been resolved today. Silla. Battling from the left back, and Delors was briefly on the ball. What a whistle. Paris Saint-Germain happy to run the clock down. PSG on the verge of their 9th away win of the season. Just the 1 goal today to take them on to 76 for the campaign. Still an average of over 3 per game. Mubele, there was space for Delors the other way. Oh, a 3-on-3 there momentarily. PSG need to retain their focus. Neymar, the crowd felt it had gone out. Lafont out of his box. Lafont definitely the outstanding man in Toulouse colours today. String of first half saves. He was unlucky with the goal, but then fortunate that his woodwork came to his rescue with Neymar's shots in the 78th and 79th minutes. Draxler, Julian Draxler. Near post save by Alban Lafont. A routine save. Neymar. Soon we'll learn how many minutes will be added on here at the stadium. Lo Celso. Mbappe streaks away from Yago. Mbappe can't find the final ball. It is that pace and ability to beat players out of nothing which is likely to see Mbappe start against Real Madrid despite Di Maria's form. Gradel knocks it over the top for the pacey Mubele. Firmin Mubele. Presnel Kimpembe's positioning was good, and there's a little nudge in the back, and that's enough for the free kick to be awarded. Well defended by the 22-year-old Presnel Kimpembe. A standing start. There's no one quicker in the world game than Kylian Mbappe. There's the Draxler attempt, the step overs, and then the left-footed shot. And Lafont had his angles all worked out. 3 minutes added time then. Toulouse 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. Neymar with the deflected goal in the 68th minute. Pastore. Draxler. Draxler again to Pastore. Draxler hasn't got the pace to reach that. It's Amiens covering around. Blanc. The ball over the top for Gradel. Took time to come into his orbit. Kimpembe, confident pass into Marquinhos inside his own area. Lo Celso. Mubele. Toulouse have to try something. Have to get an effort in on goal. His only save was from Yaya Sanogo back in the 14th minute. Gradel for Blanc. That's a good ball. Ariola does have some work to do, and he does it well. Just over a minute remaining. Paris Saint-Germain heading for a 13-point provisional advantage at the top. Draxler. Diop wins the race. Maybe one more opportunity for Toulouse to get the ball forward. Yago for Gradel. Hasn't been able to get one-on-one against Dani Alves. might be it for Toulouse. Delors had taken up a fine position away from Dani Alves. Toulouse will have to pick themselves up for the trip to Amiens. Do PSG want a second before going to Real Madrid? Well, Neymar could have knocked that into the corner, and instead Toulouse have another opportunity, but that's well cut out by Dani Alves, and PSG do claim the spoils thanks to Neymar's deflected goal in the 68th minute. It went in off the luckless home captain Issa Diop. Wasn't always pretty from PSG, but they deserved the points. Could have won by more, with Neymar hitting the post and the crossbar in the second half after opening the scoring. Toulouse 0, Paris Saint-Germain 1. The gap at the top, 13 points between PSG and Marseille.